all grit, all grind, all the time. A gutsy win for the New York Knicks. A comeback in the fourth quarter. They got it done on both sides of the floor, and they add another win to the left side of the column. All on the back end of the shoulders of the captain, Jalen Brunson, born to play basketball. An unbelievable performance in the fourth quarter by Jalen Brunson. 17 fourth quarter points. He scored or assisted on 21 of the 46 fourth quarter points. A clutch time game that the New York Knicks edge out the Houston Rockets. We're going to break everything down from that game. We'll talk about the highlights. An unbelievable game. It felt like a playoff atmosphere at the Garden. Unreal effort and a gutsy win by your New York Knicks. We'll talk about that, but first, we got some awesome news on the injury report for this basketball team. Prior to the win for the New York Knicks over the Houston Rockets, Tom Thibodeau told the media that Mitchell Robinson has been cleared for contact. He said the next step of his rehab is the contact part of practice. Mitchell Robinson is on his way to returning to this basketball team. Ian Begley of SNY, one of the best in the business. Show him some love. Give him a follow. Shout out to Ian. Mitchell Robinson has been cleared for contact in practice. He isn't yet cleared for full practice, as he still needs to get through some steps before he's allowed to play in 5-on-5 scrimmages with contact. Talked about an earlier version of this tweet. Said Robinson was cleared for full practice. My apologies for the error. So he's been cleared for contact in practice. Still a ways to go. He'll go through 1-on-1s. He'll go through 2-on-2s. He'll play 3-on-3s. Then he'll be rolling into 5-on-5s full contact. And I would say probably in the next 2 weeks is when he returns to action. This is huge for the New York Knicks and for Mitchell Robinson. One, for the New York Knicks, you're getting back the best offensive rebounder, or what was the best offensive rebounder in the National Basketball Association. You get another guy you get him back as well, who is a pretty damn good rim defender. That should help the Knicks out on defense as well. But overall, it gives you another guy that can crash the glass, because right now the glass is being crashed on the New York Knicks. You get beat on the boards against the Houston Rockets, and you allow 20 offensive rebounds. Getting a guy like Mitchell Robinson back is going to help you in games like that where you are struggling and you're not able to box out and keep the opposing team off the glass. It's also big for the Knicks if they are looking to move him in a trade. The Los Angeles Lakers have been reported to be interested in a Mitchell Robinson trade. I'm sure teams are going to be more likely and willing to make a deal happen with Robinson now being cleared and on the fast track to returning to hoops. A double dose of good news, some would say. OG Anunoby, remember, left the game on Saturday with what appeared to be a right foot sprain, and that is what Tom Thibodeau is calling it. Tibbs said he believes OG Anunoby had an MRI. You believe he had an MRI? Or he didn't have an MRI? Or he didn't have an MRI? You're the coach. You're head honcho. You're the guy that holds the clipboard and blows the whistle. What do you mean you believe he had an MRI? Did you not talk to the medical staff? Did the medical staff not give him an MRI? What do you mean you believe? Says that he has a mild foot sprain and is considered day-to-day. I hope he's right. I hope he's telling the truth. I don't believe for a second that the New York Knicks are being fully 100% transparent as we are 2 days away from the NBA trade deadline. The Knicks cannot afford for OG Anunoby to be out long-term. He is the engine. He is. We saw what happened when he missed time in the playoffs last year. We saw how different it looked when he was on the floor compared to off the floor. They can't go, you cannot go a long time without him. I'll say this with OG. I don't mind him sitting through the All-Star break. Like, there's no need for him to play at not 100%. Use that week and a half off that you get of the All-Star break to have him get healthy and close out the last 30 games of the season with one mission on your mind. Rafter. Banner. MSG. If you want to see OG Anunoby healthy, hit that thumbs up icon. Hit that thumbs up icon. Like this video. Let's hope OG can get ready to roll. Captain! Jalen Brunson, man. Sometimes I just thank my lucky stars that you are a member of this basketball team. We are lucky, we are blessed, we are fortunate, and as I grew up a New York Knicks fan and we were in NBA and pretty much point guard hell, I know what it's like to not have a guy that could do these type of things. 42 points, 10 assists. And this wasn't against a bad defense. This is against arguably the best defense in the National Basketball Association. Amen Thompson thrown at you all night long. Dylan Brooks thrown at you. Tari Eason thrown at you. They threw the kitchen sink at Jalen Brunson, and he washed the dishes with them. 42, 6, and 10, but it was the fourth quarter performance that had me so proud. Perfect from the foul line in the clutch time. Salute to you, Jalen Brunson. And 21 points for him, scored or assisted on. He scores 17 points in the fourth quarter. He throws out 2 dimes. But maybe the play I'm most proud of Jalen Brunson was, I don't remember exactly what happened, if it was a turnover, a missed layup, or what happened. The Rockets got the ball back. They go at it with Amen Thompson in a one-on-one ISO situation, full court to yourself. Brunson picks his pocket. Brunson gets the steal. Brunson gets the game-sealing stop on defense. He also took a charge in the fourth quarter. That's why you pay him the big bucks. That's why he's got a C on his chest. Captain! If you're not typing JB or 11 or C or Captain in the chat, check yourself. Mikal Bridges, awesome again. You don't win this game without Mikal Bridges. You do not win this game. When the Knicks offense was sputtering, when the Knicks offense couldn't find their groove, when they couldn't put the ball in the basket, starting the game 0-10 or whatever it was from 3, there was Mikal. Big shot after big bucket. I thought he played great defense on Jalen Green down the stretch. I thought he made it tough on Amen Thompson. He competed his tail off. He rolls his ankle, comes back, hits a layup, hits some clutch free throws. Thank you. Thank you, Mikal Bridges, for the way you played hoops tonight. More to talk about this game, a whole lot more. First, though, I got to give you the information on our proud sponsor, GameTime. What time is it? It's GameTime, the best ticketing app on the market and our proud sponsor of today's show. If you're looking for last-minute tickets to a sporting event or an NFL playoff game, you got to use GameTime. And with our exclusive code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. GameTime is the ticketing app that I use every single time because I know I'm going to get the best seats for the lowest price guaranteed. Prices actually drop as the events get closer. So if you're a procrastinator, kind of like I am, you're going to love GameTime. You don't have to spend the money until you absolutely have to. I also love that you get to see your seat view in the app, so it's easy to decide which tickets you want. You get to access your tickets from your phone, so it's super easy to get in the stadium. And also, it's easy to resell your tickets if you can't go to the game or the event or the concert anymore, because it's more than just sporting events. You go to concerts, you go to theater events, you go to comedy shows, and so much more. I've used GameTime a handful of times this year, and every single time, it was the best time. So what are you waiting for? Download the app, create an account, and use that promo code CHATSPORTS. That's CHATSPORTS for $20 off first purchase where terms do apply. Shout out to the sponsor, GameTime. Be a real one. Support the show. Support the sponsor. Gotta have it. You gotta have heart. Hey, ain't nothing unless that thing's beating inside your chest. And this guy right here, man, he just continues to do it. Continues to find a way. No matter what obstacles put in front of him, no matter what is going on, Josh Hart is going to find a way to make plays down the stretch to increase your probability to win. Hustling down loose balls, playing great defense, getting in the passing lanes, one-man fast break, making the extra pass. He is unreal, man. He is unreal. Josh Hart, got to have it. Heart of the city. Karl-Anthony Towns. I thought you played like a sissy for the first 36 minutes. You played soft. You looked like the Karl-Anthony Towns that the Minnesota Timberwolves begged to trade. In that fourth quarter, you woke up. In that fourth quarter, you showed up. And in that fourth quarter, you played New York Knicks basketball. You played with pride, like it meant something to you to have New York across your chest. Big three in the fourth quarter, I think it was. 11 total points in that fourth quarter. You had two major stops on defense in that fourth quarter. You fight for a loose ball and you rip it away and you throw it up ahead and the Knicks get out in transition. Great players find a way to affect the game when they don't have their A game. You haven't had your A game for a while. I understand. Peaks and valleys of an NBA season. But you found a way when it mattered most, when the chips were down and the clock was running out, to go and make winning plays. Drop your nuts every once in a while on them, man. We need you. We need you. Play like you did in that fourth quarter this whole time, and you're going to see how much this city represents and supports their team. I thought Achiuwa gave you some good minutes off the bench. Or, yeah, he actually had to start tonight because OG Anunoby tonight. I will say this, though. With Karl Anthony Towns and Precious Achiuwa playing for a lot of the game together, they got to be better on the glass. They got to be better on the glass. But I thought Precious gave some good juice. Miles McBride hit some big shots. Only 7 points for him. He had that three in the fourth quarter that I was going to blow the roof off the Garden if he hit that one halfway down, then it popped out. I thought he played good aggressive defense. I thought he was active. Awesome. Campaign ends the game with 5 points, 2 assists. I like Campaign. The Knicks are going to run into some problems. Knicks going to run into some problems if Campaign is your first ball handler off the bench. The NBA trade deadline's 2 days away. I'd like to see if they can get another guy at the trade deadline that can run the offense. Payne has been good for what he is, which is a veteran minimum player. I'd feel a hell of a lot more comfortable if he was our third point guard compared to our second. But it is what it is. Huck Porty was the first big off the bench tonight. No Jericho Sims at all, except for the final 20 seconds of the half when the Knicks had to get a stop. Huck Porty played 5 minutes. I think he had 4 fouls. I thought he was active. I think at one point, I could have been wrong. I was wearing these earphones during the game. I think Walt Clyde Frazier compared him to Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. I don't know in what context he did. I'm not sure we should ever do that. But Walt, I'll lean on you for anything hoops. You've forgotten more hoops than I could ever even dream to know. But that was crazy. I love the energy. I love the effort. He gave Adams a match. Like, there was a couple times Adams thought he could punk the kid, and Huck Porty one time sent it into the stands, and the other one he made him airball layup. This guy's got athleticism. He got strength. He's got skill. Next step is the BBIQ. Landry Shamet, I mean this in the most nicest way possible. I never want to see you play for the New York Knicks again. I think it's best for your career, and it's best for my livelihood and my mental health. You were once a knockdown three-point shooter. What is Landry Shamet shooting from three for the year? Let's see. Landry Shamet stats. 30% from three. 30% from three. He hasn't hit a three since January 27th. He has made 5 threes since January 13th, and those 5 threes came in 2 games. There has to be someone that has played basketball at the professional level that is better than Landry Shamet out there. Please. Please. The New York Knicks found a way to win. In a game that was mucked up, a game that was ugly, a game that was played in the Houston Rockets fashion. Ugly, nasty, a little bit dirty, which I like, and a lot of physicality. They found a way to get it done. It's always good when you win a game and you shoot 6 of 26 from 3. Rockets didn't shoot much better. I do want to make this clear, though. The Rockets did not have their all-star starting center and Alperen Sengun. They did not have Fred VanVleet, and they did not have Jabari Smith. The Knicks did not have Mitchell Robinson, and they did not have OG Anunoby. But this was a game the Knicks should have won, and they did. And they did. And I love the way they did it. It's a Knicks channel. I get it. Ahmed Thompson is one of the next faces of the NBA. He is a special, special player. He just spawned out of nowhere. 6'7", can guard all 5 positions. Looks like SG on offense with no jumper. And he could take you out of a game on defense, except Jalen Brunson. He deep fried your ass. Cam Whitmore, he had 15 points in the first half. He couldn't miss from 3. Then he returned to earth in that second half. But then Cam Whitmore gave his first half powers and passed him to Aaron Holiday. Every time the Knicks play Aaron Holiday, he just kills him. He kills him. Still can't believe they called that a foul 365 days ago. It's always a dogfight, Knicks Rockets. It always is. It's fun to come out on top. Fun to come out on top. It's a good win. Step in the right direction. You're 33-17. What does that mean? You are 7 wins away over your next 9 games to get to 40 wins before 20 losses. It's like 45 of the last 48 NBA champions have reached 40 wins before 20 losses. It'll go 7-2 over your next 9. Pretender or contender? We're going to find out. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on IG at @MarshallGreen_. What a win. If you made it this far in the video, hit that thumbs up icon and give me a real one down in the comment section.